and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel we're going to do another one of our not exactly perfect, but you know, still worth looking at reviews on the G1 Astrotrain. So as always with these figures have been highly played with. These are figures that I got from my brother, and I think he picked them up off eBay. So they're not perfect. They might be having some wear and tear and some loose joints, but we can certainly look at the articulation and look and see how they've aged. So Astrotrain was first released in between 1985 1986, around that time, as part of, I think, the first wave of triple changes. Him and his partner in crime, Blitzwing, were both released, and obviously within media, Astrotrain has stayed fairly popular within Transformers medium. He plays a huge part in the '86 movie. He's also just featured for about 2 seconds in Siege as well. Hopefully he will play a bigger part as we move into Earthrise. But he's continued to be a fan favourite character. I really like the character, and today we're going to take a look at how it all started. So the box has been lost to the sands of time, so we can't really look at the box art for this dude, but we can take a look at this awesome shuttle modes. The shuttle mode on this guy is pretty nice, you know. He's always got this lovely shuttle mode. The front piece of it here, really nice. You've got the black painted. This guy actually has some metal in it as well, so around here this is all metal. Really cool. The stickers have faded over time, and let's see if this heat works. Heat sticker, I think the crystals have gone in this bad boy. Yeah, they no longer work, but you get some really nice molded detailing as you go through. Again, the stickers have just rubbed off a little bit. You get some articulation here in the wings, so you can have the wings kind of like this if you want. So that's always a nice thing to be able to have. On the back we get the lovely looking engines as well, and all in all this is a really nice solid looking rocket mode. The purples, the blacks, the kind of off-whites, I guess you would call it, look really good. I love this shuttle mode. I think this is probably my favorite mode on the G1 Astrotrain. It's not quite as chunky as it is in the cartoons, but yeah, I think as far as G1 accuracy goes, Astrotrain is a really nice shuttle mode. So for the comparison, first of all, we'll bring out Sandstorm. So Sandstorm is the Autobot side of the triple changes, and there we go. So this is him in his beachcomber mode, or his kind of doom buggy type mode, which is pretty cool. So you can see how they look together. Obviously he's either a really small shuttle or he's a really big doom buggy. So yeah, always size difference challenges, I guess, with G1. And if we compare him to the other Astrotrains I have in my collection, so this is the one from Siege, which is obviously much larger. Has that chunkier front that we like on Astrotrain, but then yeah, they've almost forgot to design the back of that one. And then probably actually my favorite Astrotrain that I have, so this is the fairly newly released Mech Fans Toys version of Astrotrain. You can find full reviews on all three of these on my channel right now. Yeah, so that's how they all look together. That's my collection of Astrotrains. Again, like I say, it's one of my favorite characters, so I have 3 of these at the moment. Transformation time now on this guy. So Astrotrain G1, very simple transformation, even though it's a triple changer. First thing we're going to do is just knock this into there, and then move up the wings that are just there, like that. The wings then clip into the side, and these bits fold down. Then lift up the front bit here and here, rotate the nose all the way around. Yeah, rotate the nose all the way around, and then close that back down, and you can see you've got the front of your train here, and then we just fold down. We just fold down and fold these wheels out like that, and there we have our little Astrotrain. So train mode is a pretty nice looking train mode. It does the job of a train. Obviously over time the stickering detailing has faded, so the Decepticon logo here has faded. This one's held up quite nicely though. Turn it around and it's the opposite. This Decepticon logo has held up well, and this one hasn't really. You can always get the repro labels from Toy Hacks or whatever. You can get those if you get these kind of more second-hand used Transformers. You can always buy repro labels for these ones. As we go through this, the paint is held up quite nice. A little bit of chip there, but not too bad. And this is all die cast, so that's really nice. Good to see those in Transformers. I miss getting Hasbro Transformers with die cast in it. Really nice. But we've got some nice molded detail in here at the front. Very nice molded detail in here as we come through, and the rest has some pretty nice molded detailing on it as well as we go through. Obviously the molded detailing stands up very well to the test of time. As always on Astrotrain, the nice big engines at the back. Not too many play features in this, but you do get a couple of wheels here that still spin very nicely. So you've got the 4 wheels, so you will chew along, but these wheels don't move at all. So all in all, yeah, you know, he does the job as a nice little train. So time for the comparisons on Astrotrain now. First off, we'll bring out his Autobot Nemesis Sandstorm here, and we can see that yeah, they look okay together. Scaling always was a little bit of a challenge, but they look quite nice together. Love this helicopter mode from Sandstorm here. If we bring out the Mech Fans Toys version of Astrotrain, look really nice together. Actually a very similar size, but this one is much more detailed and I think is the more beautiful version. Then the Siege version is the largest from the lot of them. Funnily enough, the front end is still about the same, but we've got this big ass train around the back. Yeah, it's not perfect. It's got a nice bot mode, but every single alt mode seems to have a little bit of a challenge. But all in all, I still think that this is probably my favourite out of the 3, but this still holds up even today. Very nice for a kind of Legends size. Final transformation, so we're going to turn him into his bot mode. Very easy. Flip up and flip these down and down, and then you can just attach those into the back. And then the same with the wings, just fold these wings out and out. This piece here will just fold back and would hold there, but mine's aged quite badly. Then you can just pull the legs down. Yep, and then pull them apart. And there we have those. You can then flip out his arms here at the side, and then you have to flip out this, which will then just slide down to wherever you want it. So you can have it like that on the chest, you can have it a little higher if you want it, and there we have our, not perfect, but still looking pretty good after so many years. And then we have our not perfect, but still looking pretty good after all these years, Astrotrain. So if we look at the figure itself, it's aged quite badly because there's a lot of stickering on this guy. Let's be fair here. let's have a look at his head sculpt. His head sculpt is pretty nice here. We can still see that his yellow visor, because it was painted on, is holding up. Nice red on his the top of his head there, but I like the head sculpt on this Astrotrain. As we move through, the stickering detail is a little bit worn, and we have some nice molded detailing on the hands. The hips, we can bring out, the hips are a little thin, and as you can see, they don't really hold his, they don't really separate his legs too much anymore. Around the side just carries on a lot of the detailing from the train mode. This hasn't held up over time at all, doesn't really stick in, but the back is quite nice. Astrotrain always has a bit of a backpack just because of the thrusters and things like that, but all in all, yeah, he's an okay looking G1 bot. Articulation wise, you get nothing from the head, you get a ball joint, and actually this was one of the first bots to have a proper ball joint here. Before, I think it was about 10 years according to the wiki, before the rest of it was an industry standard to have a kind of ball joint here at the top. So he was a leader at the time. Articulation wise, you'll get some arm out, some arm forward, and a little bit back, but everything is kind of held up by the rest of the stuff. You get some wing articulation here, however you want the wings to be. Legs, you're not going to get really any articulation here at the legs, and there's no other articulation. So really what you're looking at here is just arm articulation. I haven't got any accessories or weapons with him, and you can see that his hip joints haven't really held up over time. So quick comparisons for Astrotrain. If we bring out his Autobot Nemesis Sandstorm, then yeah, there is similar height. Both have similar challenges through the sands of time because of their hips. Now they're both a little stuntier than they would have been in the past. And if we bring out the other Astrotrain, so first of all, the Mech Fans Toys Astrotrain, they stand a similar height. If we bring this guy all the way up to his height that he should be at, yeah, they're going to be at a similar height there. And then if we also bring out the Siege Astrotrain is pretty damn big these days, but still not big enough. Give me a big Astrotrain. Someone KO this bad boy and make him supersize me. Still, out of all these Astrotrains, I still think that the Mech Fans Toys Astrotrain is actually my favourite Astrotrain. Final wrap up now on Astrotrain. Would I advise you to pick him up? Obviously, anyone you pick up is probably going to be in a little better state than mine is. So just be careful of what you're picking up. If you like this look and you want something a bit nostalgic, I guess you go for it. Otherwise, there are more advanced versions of this available now. You can pick this guy up for around a reissue for around $40 for the reissue, and about £30-35 for the reissue. Obviously there are more expensive classic ones available. So guys, let me know what you think of this Astrotrain. Do you think this is still the best and only version of Astrotrain that you should have in your collection, or do you think there are some very much superior versions around? Guys, thanks a lot for checking out this video. If you like what I'm doing around here, give us a like, a share, and a subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!